Start. And we're on. Yeah, we're
Are
on.
we
This.
recording? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are recording. So anyway, what did you think, guys? I loved Mank. Listen, it's a great movie. You should all see it.
Wait, are you okay? Are you malfunctioning right
Oh,
now?
okay. Uh,
We're not talking about Mank, and you didn't love Mank, so.
all right. That's
Yeah, I almost accidentally yanked my internet cable out and was like, this is the main
Yeah.
conversation? No.
Oopsies.
there we go. There we go.
I'm going to lose friends.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I was hoping we get some
Yeah.
more Mank jokes in here. Yes, we're talking about Nobody today, and what nobody knows won't hurt them. I guess that's the name of the game. Fun movie for a change, right? Huh,
It
Cassie?
was
Oh, yeah.
it was really fun, and what was interesting is I don't think very often I describe such a violent movie as being fun. So kind of an interesting dynamic there because it's pretty bloody and kind of gory at times, but it's also just kind of lighthearted at the same time.
It is. What do you think? Guess number one.
I've been planning to watch it, but not willing to drop the money, and that was worth it. I would have. That was Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It was just purely entertaining. I've been binging this and that all pandemic. Watched that, and it was just like same kind of thing. I was like, it didn't even occur to me all the gore and the violence. I was talking to my folks and saying, "Yeah, I saw this movie. You should probably one of you is not going to be able to watch most of that movie. You're wasting half your money."
Yeah. Well, there you go. Thank goodness for that. And that is where we roll the credits. However, the people on YouTube, this is just a moment where we pause in silence while I gather my thoughts, and then prepare to say, "Welcome back to Josh and Cassie Yell About Movies, everyone." Thanks so much. I'm Josh, a freelance entertainment journalist, and to my left is Cassie.
To your left. That's right. To the left.
To the left.
To the
Well,
left.
on YouTube, it's to your left. If you're listening to the audio, you'll be totally confused.
Yeah. I'm Cassie. I'm TV newser, yoga instructor, uh, freelance entertainment journalist, just like Josh.
Oh, that's great.
And just Josh's bestie, really.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, like
Come on.
Josh's BFF, right?
Yeah, she texted me this week. Anyway, and coming to our stage, our next comic, you guys, give it up, big hand for John Savoy, all the way from California. John, how are you?
Yay!
Good. Haven't heard that in about a year.
Yeah.
So that's
No,
refreshing.
I wanted you to
I was. It
feel.
was like, how do I introduce? What do I do? I
Yeah.
vaguely remember leaving this room.
Well, listen, John, I thought I wanted you to feel welcome. So our next comic, so I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's right.
I'm also amazed. It seems brighter for you guys on the East Coast right now. I'm in the middle of California. I look like I'm in a cave doing an Al Qaeda video. I mean,
I'm
with a nice
There
door
you go.
behind me. But
I'm in Milwaukee. I'm not actually on the East
Okay.
Coast, so we have every part of the country. I
I'm
guess
using this massive
represented.
light here. That's what it is.
I'm using this thing I'm about to return.
I love that. I love that. Anyway, so you guys, John is too shy to admit it, but he was referred to us by Kelly Dwyer, who does our fantastic theme
Yes.
song, and so we're really looking forward to having John on the show with us, and Kelly will be here with us next week.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's kick it off with John. John, your initial thoughts on Nobody?
I wasn't sure what I was getting into going in. I thought it was going a couple different directions. I tried to avoid seeing anything about it because the trailers can just ruin it. But yeah, once it took off, it kept taking off and then getting a little more. They rolled out the cartoonishness nice
Yes.
and slow. I like how in the beginning they set the expectation that we live in a world where there are police. You have the two cops in the beginning when he has the break-in, and then the rest of this movie when people are just getting beaten and shot and stabbed and killed all over town, high-speed chases, explosions, not a single cop, not a single pursuit, nobody making a call, the streets are empty, And COVID times. I don't know. Nobody had a mask, so I don't know if that was what
they all took the night
they were going
off.
for.
Yeah.
Hey,
how
who
much
are you
did
gonna
you
call?
love?
Sorry.
How much did you love Bob Odenkirk though in this movie? The whole time I was thinking, if I was reading this script, would I ever in a million years be like, who would be great for this? Bob Odenkirk.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
Absolutely.
No, but he was.
We said
awesome.
the same thing about Bruce Willis as an action star. Like Bruce Willis never going to work. That Die Hard was going to get laughed out of theaters. Nobody wanted. Like no, Bruce Willis, the guy from Moon, not going to happen.
Moonlighting.
Exactly.
He can move too. Bob Odenkirk can move in that.
I was going to say
that was him doing it.
Yeah. He looked like he lost weight. He looked like fit in this movie. But
he gained age. His face looked aged, but his body was moving like a much younger man.
Sure. Yeah. I thought, I won't say daddy, but I'm going to say it. He was a little daddy.
Okay. Wow.
He was a little daddy in this movie.
We got our first daddy sighting of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Made somebody beat me to it. That's amazing.
Let's get into it. Like I said, we're a weekly movie review podcast that likes to talk about current movies that you guys are talking about to maybe be part of the conversation. And people who listen to it seem to like it. So if you like us, tell a friend, and all that jazz. Okay, so the movie opens. We get the credits. They roll. All right. Okay.
Josh is cracking himself up. Are you okay, dude? Oh my god.
They were funny credits.
I don't know what it was.
Thursday. What's this about?
Okay, I can't remember the exact. Oh, the very beginning is it's one of those Quentin Tarantino like flash forward, flashback deals where he's all beat up. He has a cat. The cat drinks milk out of a little can. He puts on the table, and then a guy and a girl.
I think it's tuna, but yeah.
It's what?
It's actually a can of tuna.
It wasn't a small can of milk.
Oh,
but regardless,
whatever it is, he opens it. Tuna fish. You're right. It's tuna fish. There you go. It's tuna fish. And so Bob Odenkirk's face looks like he came out of a horror film, and he's smoking a cigarette, holding a cat. And the detectives say, "So who are you?" And he says, "Nobody." And then the credits roll. Okay, so that's it. He's nobody. And then, as it turns out, that's actually his code name, which is pretty cartoonish, as John aptly pointed out. And then I can't remember the beginning. Basically the film is trying to set him up like you guys were saying. It's like an everyman. He's an everyman. He's no man. He's nobody. Good thing he's not Darkman. I've been waiting for years for the sequel to that. Maybe this is secretly the sequel to Darkman. And okay, never mind. Forget it.
That's another conversation that we
I don't know
have.
what that is. Yeah.
It's a much different movie. Forget it. Anyway.
Darkman? Oh.
Great film. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's doing the Tom Hanks everyman as an action star idea. Except they crank it up to 11, as John said, with cartoonish violence. But at the beginning, they show him as a guy who doesn't even who seems to be afraid of two people who rob his house. His son gets in there and grabs one of them with a chokehold, and Bob Odenkirk sneaks up behind one of them with a golf club. Doesn't take the swing, and for the next 15 minutes, everybody in his life gives him shit about it. They're like, "How come you didn't take the swing? I would have taken the swing. Me, I would have taken the swing." So he doesn't take the swing. What did you guys think about that?
I mean, you could tell. You could tell that he knew he wasn't in any real danger. I think it just took a minute, but before it was revealed to the audience the reason why, right? Yeah.
Now I thought it was to protect. I thought it was to protect his son. Like he didn't want to swing and have to, you know what I mean? Like
sure. I thought he and the woman recognized each other or something like that. I thought they figured out who the other were. That was the idea that I got. Yeah. But in the end, it turned out that he saw that there were no bullets, right? He saw that gun wasn't loaded, which is
we find that later when he's looking for the kitty cat bracelet.
Yes.
I think at first
Hold on one sec. Hold on. I got to turn off my mini fridge in my room because otherwise it'll be all over this podcast. Hold on.
You have a mini fridge
I'm amazed
in your room?
You can't hear all the construction around me.
Well, I would never leave my room if I had a mini fridge.
It's a really big mini fridge. That's
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Willing to sacrifice his soft cheeses for the podcast. That's very good.
No, hold on. Let's get this down so the folks at home can see the Jedi shirt. There we go.
Sorry, yeah.
Great, folks at home. Okay, yeah, he's So what clues do we have at the beginning? Because I've forgotten the beginning. Because I did. This is the first movie I watched in theaters, by the way. I watched it with my dad. Normally, I watch these movies at home, pause them, and take notes. But you can't do that when you're watching a real movie. You have to be like a professional and write it in a pencil. I don't know. I can't even write with pencil anymore, you guys. My hands.
You went to the theater. That's exciting. That's a discussion in itself.
It was pretty exciting.
That's awesome.
Here's the pro tip. If you go to the theater at 4 o'clock with your dad, it'll be like it always was, because no one's watching a movie at 4 o'clock on a Thursday or whatever.
Yeah, cool.
There you go. So what was there a clue at the very beginning? Oh, but besides the part where he says he's nobody, was there a clue other than that he was like somebody who could really, just take these guys out with no problem?
I didn't see it. I mean, I guess the only thing would be him sitting there alive at what's presumably the end with scratches and bruises, and somebody else is probably not alive. But even at that point, when he started talking to the radio, I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's hallucination. Maybe he has. They're setting up some kind of mental thing where he has a fantasy life. But yeah, then like it just I luckily didn't know anything, so the progression just took.
Oh, yeah, I didn't either. I didn't know much going into it either.
Oh, so. Yeah, the voice on the radio turned out to be a friend of his. We see at the end of the movie.
Yes, he was very real. He was very real.
Oh, but you
that never crossed my mind that he might be fake. My mind never even went there. I just took it all at face value, actually.
Oh, yeah, me too. John, were you thinking he might have been like a voice in his head or something?
Yeah, just kind of his fantasy world that he retreats into because of his mundane, existence.
That would have been
a doormat.
That would have been an interesting, whole other movie, honestly.
I see.
Kind of like a Walter Mitty situation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like falling down, where it's like, gotcha. He just kind of goes off on this.
Exactly. So you didn't think he was a trained killer. You thought he was just a guy who got fed up and snapped one day.
I didn't know he was going to go to trained killer until I think he got to the tattoo shop.
Yes.
Or maybe with the dad when he's saying there's something I got to do, and there was that kind of unspoken, thing.
Okay.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. Oh,
inarticulate gibberish.
Yes. Yeah, that is dad, Christopher Lloyd. That was great.
Yeah, so great. I love Christopher Lloyd so much.
Yep. His head looks different than it used to.
His head looks different than it used to?
Yeah, yes. I think it's better. I think it conforms to the skull more now.
Yeah, see, when you age,
the gravity is very slimming.
Yeah, it's the 1.21 gigawatts that did it, Cassie.
Okay.
There you go. It's a point for Josh.
I actually think of Taxi. That's one of my favorite shows. I love Taxi.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an old soul, kind of, in some ways.
I've never seen a full episode.
No? Well, I recommend it.
I do too. I just have not seen a full episode. Anyway, all right, losing. So after they break in, and his son and his wife and the cops and people at work. There's these quick scenes of him going to work. You see for 1 second, and he's at a mill. He's checking in. He's checking out. He's drinking coffee. He's missing the trash,
garbage.
The garbage.
The trash truck every single morning. I guess he hadn't thought of putting the trash out the night before. The invention hadn't occurred to him. That's fine. It just makes him look like a sad sack, and everybody feels bad. And
yeah, he can rig up this entire death trap museum, but
but he can't take the trash out.
Listen, now you're really trying to outthink.
He's burying hand grenades in the floor.
He can set up he can make anything out of dynamite. He can MacGyver the crap out of it, but he can't put the trash out the night before. Right? I get it. It's a lot.
Too many moving parts.
Okay, so he gets an old FBI badge from his dad, Christopher Lloyd, who's an FBI agent, and he goes around to all the tattoo shops in town because one of the robbers had a tattoo on the wrist we could see, and the reason he leaves is because his daughter wants to know where her kitty cat bracelet is, you guys.
Yeah,
He-
that's what sets him off. Where's
that
my
kitty cat
where's my-
bracelet.
She said they wouldn't have taken that, would they? And he's just like,
You can see him like, damn it.
yeah.
I gotta go kill 50 people.
Right,
Yeah,
he
that's
turns
it.
into like yeah, John Wick, like when his puppy gets killed, like it was that kind of a thing, like it just like sets him off.
Yeah, so he really he breaks into the and then the final where he finally gets the clue is he gets to a tattoo shop, and it's run by all these military guys, and one of them realizes it's not a real FBI badge, but the other veteran recognizes his tattoo that we see, and then realizes he's like a trained killer, and then he leaves the room and like locks the door, and then everybody gets the idea that maybe they shouldn't mess with this guy. So he gets the clue to find out where the people that stole the kitty cat bracelet was. He scares them. He does not get back the kitty cat bracelet, and then he gets on a, but he does.
They
get in
didn't
a fight.
actually have it, right? I mean, they didn't.
They
did
don't
they
have it. We find it later in the
No.
film somehow,
Yeah.
in a scene that makes no sense. But then what happens is he gets in a little bit of a fight with them, and then winds up in a bus to go home for some reason. Did he wreck his car? I can't remember what happened. Anyway, he gets in a bus, and that's where the movie actually starts. You guys,
He needed the bus scene was my favorite.
that's
scene.
where it actually starts. Go ahead, walk us through it, John, Cassie.
Okay. So he's sitting on the bus in the back, and there is like one other person there, right? It's like a young woman.
Yeah.
And then the bus driver.
Oh, and the big guy who somehow was intimidated by
Oh, sure,
the
yeah.
little guy who got in his face, and he
has,
just
like,
he
a
stepped
book,
on his
right?
book, and he just like, I don't need that book anymore, and just
Yeah,
pouted his
and
way off the bus.
so there's this group of what, like five younger guys outside. They're
They
really
make
like
good burgers,
rowdy,
too, so.
really rowdy, and like you can tell they're up to no good. And his internal dialogue is, sometimes when God closes a door,
Yeah.
he opens a window, and God, I hope he opens this fucking window or something like that. Like
Cassie.
he is out for blood.
Great
He is
job,
like
Cassie.
I love that. He just the whole thing is following these two people that robbed him, and then that just goes, you know what? They got a sick kid. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
And then just the conflict just comes from just five guys who just decide, I'm going to take it out on these five guys.
Exactly. And
I love it. I love
he's
that.
he's thrilled that they're awful, and there they are right there for him to just beat the shit out of, basically.
There you go.
And another one of my favorite moments in the whole film was when he is yeah, that was good. Medically speaking, that was interesting, I guess. So no, but it's before the fighting starts, and they're all harassing the young woman, and he is standing up there, and they look at him, kind of bemused, like, what's this guy doing? And he takes out the gun and then just drops all the bullets.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like, I don't even need this to fuck you up. But that was like my favorite part in the whole movie, I think. I thought that was awesome.
I like right after when he gets thrown out of the window after subduing all five guys, maybe killing one or two.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's laying there struggling to breathe, blood coming out of his mouth. He gets up and starts limping away and gets right back on the bus. He
Yeah.
just turns it. Nope, I'm not done killing you guys.
And then finally the girl runs out. Finally. It took her a while.
And then after he finishes killing almost all of them except for the one guy he leaves alive with a tracheotomy, he sees the bus driver and he says, like, a cheesy line that would have been not out of place in an 80s film, like seat taken or he didn't have a ticket, something like that. Just like some corny line. I can't even remember what it was, but
And she's weirdly calm for the fact that her bus was just like, she's just like, are you okay? Like,
Right.
I feel like I would
She
be like
left them on the bus.
screaming,
She saw that they hit her and they're screaming.
she
and
would be
just
like, oh
opened the
God,
door.
how am I going to explain
don't
this?
drink
Yeah.
that.
Like,
You
I-
let them on.
She
You
must-
saw they had it. Just keep going.
she was probably filming it for YouTube instead of calling the police when the fight started.
yeah, she was probably live on Facebook that entire time.
They only have the two
Yeah.
cops at a time. Budget cuts.
That's
I think the whole movie was propaganda against abolishing the police. Like, you see what happens when you got two cops.
Uh-oh.
It just suddenly it's painted in a different light now. I don't know how I feel about the film.
Oh, okay. We're okay. You know what? If you have a lot of cops, that's a lot of fun. But if you have two cops and you get rid of a lot of cops, that's defunding the police. That's what that is. Defunning, not as much fun. All right. Anyway, Cassie, moving on.
Yeah, no.
Defunning. I made that up on the spot, you guys. That's an original.
We could tell.
Defunning. Okay.
We worked on that before you got here.
Okay, great. Defunding the police. Thanks for the tip, John. Okay, so anyway, so the movie starts at that point because it turns out those guys are like part of this Russian mob, and then we go to this Russian nightclub and we see this really cool gangster get off the street, just walk like he's in traffic, like he doesn't care if he gets hit. He doesn't get hit. He walks through like this curtain to the back. He finally gets to the stage and he starts singing, and he's pretty good actually. Pretty good.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool scene. I mean, it follows him for quite a while,
long
and
tracking shot.
Yeah,
what's happening. You think he's
interesting dancing going on.
Yeah.
You know?
You assume he's like the boss or somebody there to kill the boss, right? But then,
he's bad. Like he looks bad,
right? And then if there was enough hysterical carnage just a minute ago, this guy gives it. He's the owner and the bodyguard of this club, and one of the other guys says, "Oh, I don't know, you're singing so much, maybe you can't really defend us." So he finds like the toughest guy in the room, and then he like just stabs him in the face with a broken bottle and smashes his face into it and kills him, and just anyway, which is actually surprisingly funny.
I know, right? That's what I mean. It's weird. All the violence and the gore is weirdly humorous. Yeah.
So at that point, he eventually finds out who nobody is, and then he comes to his house to kill him, and that's like half the movie, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, so the guy who he gave the tracheotomy, as you called it, turns out to be his brother. Did you guys think at first it was his son? I assumed it was his son.
Nephew or some kind of thing.
Yeah, it looked like there was like a very significant
It didn't seem like
difference.
he cared about them because he went into the hospital room.
Just 50 years older than his brother.
Right, and everybody else that was alive, he started hitting them with chairs. He comes in the room and throws a chair at the guy's head.
That was funny. When he threw the chair at the guy's head the first time, I laughed really hard.
Yeah. They were like, what happened? And they were like, well, there was one guy. He was like, one guy, and he throws a chair. He doesn't believe it. Hits him with the chair repeatedly. It's like wrestling. That's why you laugh. It's like wrestling. That's all it is. Scripted wrestling. It's a good time. So eventually he has he has an inside man at the FBI who does a lot of digging to find he finds the passcode nobody, which that's okay.
This is the one that he blackmails, right? He like sends
and
all
it was
those...
in the basement file where he knew exactly where to look for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
He couldn't access it from the computer. He knew exact corner, the exact shoebox that they kept that in.
Listen, I mean, a lot of movies are a series of coincidences. This one doesn't even pretend. They're just like, and then this happened, okay? And then this happened, okay? It's a movie.
Just trust us, yeah.
Just work with us.
As soon as Bob Odenkirk started killing people, I suspended disbelief.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so eventually, and all this. Oh, and meanwhile, after each segment, he hears like a voice on the radio, like you guys said. It turns out to be RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan, one of the few remaining Wu-Tang Clan members I haven't interviewed, by the way.
Wait, is it? Is that it was the guy from the Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah, that was RZA.
Yeah.
Yeah, RZA.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, there's RZA, Jizza the Genius, and Liquid Swords. It's a great album. You should look it up. Seminal and hip hop. All right. Anyway, so.
Slightly before my time, I think.
That's okay. It's fine. Liquid Swords. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's advising him. He's like, "Yo, maybe you want to slow your roll or whatever. You know, are you sure you want to come out of this? Just this kind of like he's kind of hyping him up. He's not sure. He's like his corner man almost. Like, oh yeah, he really is like he's like a boxer." And the guy voice in the radio is like his corner man, trying to hype him up a little bit for the next round. That's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And then several vans full of black cars show up at his house. He tells his family to go to the basement, and then he just proceeds to kill like 8 people in his house in a variety of hysterical wire-fu ways. I want you guys to describe this killing scene in the house.
I wanted to say something about his wife. Can I say something about his wife?
Oh, absolutely. She didn't have a lot of lines, but please do.
She didn't, but I just wanted to say that I really appreciated the fact that they cast a hot, like, older, age appropriate woman to play his wife, because it gets a little old seeing, like, Amanda Seyfried play the wife of every 50-year-old guy, 55-year-old guy. You know what I mean? I appreciated it. She was gorgeous, but it was just nice, like.
That's true. That
yeah.
is true.
As a woman watching it, that was my.
By the way,
I
Amanda
noticed
Seyfried
it right away.
was age appropriate for that last movie. By the way, she really is 38, and so was the character she was playing.
She's 34. Amanda Seyfried is 34.
But she can play 38, so it's age appropriate.
Okay, she played Kevin Bacon's wife in a horror movie that came out in the last year or so.
Okay, well that's
anyway,
not fair.
I digress.
That's not fair.
It was weird.
It's not fair that men with a lot of money rule the world. It's not. But anyway, so digressing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked her. That was my comment. I liked the wife.
Thank you. She did a commendable role that I do not remember much of. John, any thoughts?
I remember her in Devil's Advocate, so I'm always watching when she's on the screen. That was the same one. She was in Gladiator and Devil's Advocate.
I believe she was also in Wonder Woman, right? Is she in Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what spurred the IMDb search that made me connect those dots recently. Yeah.
I almost wish that she had joined in. Like, I almost wish that she got to do some, like, fighting and some.
Yeah, you're right.
Ass kicking. That was another one of my thoughts watching this. Is it was kind of a boy club. I was like,
right.
you know what? A woman kicking some ass here.
Hold on, I'm gonna high five Cassie on that one. He should have. After he killed all those people, he should have let his family out of the basement secretly. They're all killers. They've been training secretly. You know what I mean?
Even the little girl.
And now
the kid had a mean headlock. So
they should have all come together for the last fight scene. Instead, it's his dad and Riza who show up mysteriously at this warehouse.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Oh, I laughed every time Christopher Lloyd shot someone.
I know.
He's doing next to nothing.
It was just. I know. There was no kickback. He just stood there.
Hold on. Sorry, we got to back up and talk about when they tried to kill Christopher Lloyd in the nursing home. Go ahead.
Yeah. Where are we at the nursing home?
Yeah, we got to talk about that first. That was so funny. Okay.
So, when the nurse is sleeping and two guys come in. He sticks his finger behind the firing pin of the gun, catches it.
It's a shotgun, a double barrel shotgun.
Shotgun.
Then blasts the two guys. The guy comes in. You got to turn that TV down. He's holding the guy down, just smothering him.
So great. It was so great.
Such Tom and Jerry levels of comedy. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Christopher Lloyd is a national treasure. Like, every day that he is still on this earth with us, I feel like we are all just so blessed.
Yeah.
To be alive in the same timeline as Christopher Lloyd.
Yep. So after that, nobody, for some reason, decides to track down the club and burn the however much money they were holding in cash in this club, which is a front for an underground drug smuggling operation of some sort. They had hundreds of millions of dollars in physical cash, and he burned it all.
Yeah, that's hard to watch in these uncertain times. I'm sitting there, I'm like, give me one of those.
Right?
Oh my God, that would fix all my problems.
Just give me stack.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm living on credit. Give me one of those.
I know what you mean. Yeah, or one of those gold bars that he bought that warehouse with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he didn't burn those.
Right? Didn't burn them.
He burned down a lot in this.
He did overpay.
Really.
He did overpay for the manufacturing
plant.
I feel like he could have pocketed two of those.
He didn't burn them, but later they made a pretty good suit of best.
How's this much gold?
Oh, sorry.
He could have underplayed that hand.
What's that?
I know. It's like, what are you, like a pirate or something? Just like gold bars? Like what?
Start at 2 and then negotiate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was making a Star Wars joke. I said it's too bad he didn't burn them down because it would have made a great suit of Beskar armor. Okay. Anyway,
Missed
that's
it.
true. Yeah.
Okay. Woo.
You're in a Star Wars state of mind today.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I was trying to change my Spider-Man sheets to Star Wars right before you guys popped on, but I couldn't find the top sheet, so I had to. Anyway,
you are clashing. Yeah, you got the Star Wars here and Spider-Man there.
It was a lot. I have I mean, I have a wedding to plan, a wife to kill. I'm swamped. You know? Um, yeah, he kills everybody in. No, wait, wait, hold on. He
I have
doesn't.
no idea which scene you're talking about now.
Okay, sorry. Jump.
Just-
Okay, after Christopher Lloyd shoots the two people in the nursing home, nobody takes it upon himself. He burns all the money, and then he goes to where the henchman is singing and dancing at the club. He sits in the front row, gets this really expensive meal, and and the bad guy, whatever his name is, sees him, and they have this big face-off, and then basically they're asking what is he doing there, and it turns out he takes his napkin off the plate and he's holding what we assume to be like a giant grenade of some sort, essentially.
Mhm.
The Claymore mine.
Yes,
It's like
Claymore mine, yes.
like a booby trap. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then he gets a one-on-one meeting with him, and for some reason he tries to suggest he should just give up, take his nest money, and go to Cancun or something, and live a new life. I mean, like, after killing all these people, just he decided to be friends with the bad guy because he respected his fighting style or singing. What did you make of that, John?
It made sense in light of that whole conversation about the guy who, like, he had that conversation when he sat down the guys who were nearly dead, and because apparently he likes to monologue to people right before they die.
That was funny.
more
That was
than
a funny,
once.
like, running joke. I liked that.
Yeah,
That was
like,
pretty funny.
he's doing that whole build up with how he got out of the life, and he's about to set off the booby trap and burn the house down, and he's in the middle of the story, and he's like, and then I let the guy, and the guy's dead. So he's just like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna finish the goddamn story.
Oh,
and
that's
burn the
right.
house down.
At his house, right? At his house, he's talking to all these guys, and as they're dying, and then he looks, and then they're dead. So.
Yeah, and then he finds the bracelet, his daughter's bracelet.
Oh, that's right. The kitty cat bracelet was on one of those four guys that tried to kill him in his house. Yes.
Maybe it was
There's also.
Why would they have
I think it was
taken
just
the
under the
bracelet?
couch.
I was gonna say I think maybe the bracelet was just lost, and it was just under the couch. Because why would they have had the bracelet? I think he might have just. I think maybe it was kicked under the couch and they found it. I'm just now thinking about that. Actually, I think it was just laying on the floor.
Could be, or maybe the two robbers at the beginning were part of the gang somehow. Who knows? Probably not. Anyway, I like your theory. Yeah. So, also there's this funny thing with one of the henchmen is a black Russian, and when he's introduced, everybody's like, "I never heard of a black Russian before. What are you doing hanging out with a black guy?" Essentially, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, he's Russian." So, they just throw that out there, and then after nobody kills him, he looks at him and says, "I've never seen a black Russian before." And right before the guy dies, he says, "I get that all the time."
I get that a lot. Yeah.
It's an underrepresented community,
Exactly.
and it's about time. Congratulations to this.
Yeah.
It is. It's about time. That's right. Black Russians unite.
Isn't that a drink? I know white
It is.
Russian.
It is actually.
Is there
yes.
a black Russian too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. It's a good drink. Yeah. Well. So. Okay. So the bad guy does not agree to retire to Cancun, and nobody leaves because of the Claymore mine he has. He gets in a car. Oh, by the way, he's stolen his next door neighbor's car. His flashy '72 Mustang, something like that. His next door neighbor who'd made fun of him earlier for not hitting the robber with a club. He stole the guy's car earlier to go on this wild journey, and it turns into a big a car racing scene, which I can't remember much about before it gets to the warehouse. Was there much of a chase scene? I don't remember that. If you guys can help me out.
I remember when he first gets in the car, he says to himself some sort of cheesy 0 to 60, huh? We'll see about that, or something like that. It was one of those.
He was repeating the other guy. He was
I know.
The neighbor,
Yes.
But it was one of those things where I felt
I'm about to find the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know if someone in that scenario really would have said it out loud. I feel like it was one of those more of for the audience than But yeah, that's the part that I remember.
Well,
for
he
sure.
took the time to say it too. It's like,
Right.
you just burned your house
was-
down. Like, no, your neighbors don't seem concerned. But then again, no cops. So
I mean,
you know,
Yeah, where are the sirens?
exactly.
Gosh, like
the
what?
2 cops are on a lunch break.
In the
it's
middle
just a libertarian paradise where there's no public services, nobody's alive there.
It was like the purge, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
And when his house burned down, everybody just came out. You saw they were taking pictures of it instead of calling the police.
and they're just
Did you notice
standing
that?
there, yeah. Super weird.
Like, hey, let's live stream this house burning down.
So I'm trying to think of what happened in the car.
Well, he did do that thing in the alley where he was jammed in, and then he threw the seat back, and he was machine gunning to one thing and trying to line up the car and hit the other guy, and then he slingshots the car into the other cars.
Yeah, we get some classic ridiculous Fast and Furious style, like car racing, going around the alley scenes. Those were fun, and then it sets up for the end scene at this big warehouse, which he's bought earlier, the warehouse that he used to work at, which he purchases with these gold bars, which he suddenly had. Suddenly, hey, surprise. Even though, anyway, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. And then for some reason, the boss's son, tries to punch him for some reason, and he ducks and hits a guy in the stomach just to show he's actually could have beat him up the whole time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
He's a little weird. He's like, hey, I let you off easy or something. I don't know what that was all about, but it was.
Well, they were all like family, right? Because didn't they
Yeah,
say?
yeah, the father-in-law and the brother-in-law.
Yeah,
and-
they were related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
there's
know.
probably just like a weird, like, family dynamic
Yeah,
there.
so-
Like,
Yeah. So
And who's going to look at a pile of gold bars and be like, "No, we built this place with our sweat and our tears"? Yeah, and that's a pile of gold bars.
Yes.
one of these days, I mean, I feel like we're going to have to move into the 21st century and they're going to have to start using like Bitcoin in movies or something like that, right? Like, how much longer? How much
Bitcoin.
longer can we use gold bars?
I don't know, but do you think we can make this podcast an NFT, Cassie?
I don't know. I still don't know what an NFT is.
No.
We might be doing it right now. I have no idea.
Yeah, what is it? I've heard so many
I'm trying
people
my best.
use that expression, and I don't know what it means, and I've avoided looking it up
It's not an
because
expression, but I wish it was NFW because then it would stand for no effing way. That'd be great.
I know
Well, don't worry, it stands
NSFW,
for
not safe for
non-fungible
work.
tokens, so
Yeah,
that doesn't make any more
Is
sense.
that what
That's right.
But,
Say it
yeah.
again, John. I was over top of you.
Sorry, non-fungible tokens. So that really it sheds zero light on it.
Okay.
Please.
Because mostly you're probably used to fungible tokens.
Yeah.
Now, here's where they're different.
Fungible. That's a weird one. Fungible.
Fungible. That's a new word. It's a good word. I like that. I like words, John.
Oh, okay. I found it. No, I found an article. I'm learning all about NFTs right now. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Wow. Great.
It's unique and can't be replaced with something else.
Okay.
In a way, aren't we all non-fungible?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay.
I have
I'm
my
done.
fungible days. Yeah,
great. Okay, so
I feel
he's
very fungible.
that's fine. So he's booby trapped the warehouse. He sets it up for a final Rambo-like confrontation because he can do that. Because not only was he trained as a killer, he was also trained as a survivalist apparently to set up booby traps like Rambo. Right, exactly. And then his dad shows up looking really excited, and he looks a lot like Fester Adams in that scene. By the way, I noticed because he's all skinny and excited. He's like.
He's so cute.
And then RZA shows up in a trench coat. At the warehouse. Nobody's fighting the henchman, and you think he's in trouble because he gets shot. He's back behind a barricade, and all of a sudden, like RZA starts shooting with a sniper rifle through the top of the building, and then that's how you know he's there. Nobody runs inside. And then the final scene starts. It's like a video game. John, walk us through that.
Yeah.
Video game before.
The one thing I got to commend, I don't know if those were Russian cars, but the seating capacity on those cars was incredible because I counted 6 or 8 cars after a couple got demolished, and there were like 100. Every time I'm thinking, oh, they really thinned out. Nope, there's 50 more guys coming through the door. It was just nonstop. They didn't have that many cars. I guess they're Russian clowns. They came up in the circus and they all just packed in. I don't know where they had room for the rifles.
I don't know. And whatever happened to just torching the building and being done with it instead of like going in there after a guy, you know? But hey, okay, okay. Sorry for
that. Would have been a lot too like way too easy for not.
like
well, when you have that many henchmen, they become fungible.
Yes.
So you can really just kind of just throw them all at a problem, and you don't have to worry about it.
Wow, I like that. That might be the first callback joke by a guest we've had.
That was good. Yeah.
Great
my
work.
gosh.
Great work.
You can tell you're a comedian. Yep. Very good. Very good.
We get some nice moves from 85-year-old Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
With the shotgun doing like barrel rolls and just wow.
And again, zero like kickback with the shotgun.
Right.
I've never fired a shotgun, but I'm pretty sure they really like push you back, right? But not
Especially when you
him.
take the barrel off, it's gonna
Like,
kick
yeah,
a lot harder.
But he can handle it.
Yeah, just whatever cartoonish level of violence you can imagine. Turn that up a few degrees, and that's what you get with Nobody. And yeah, they just kill the crap out of everybody. And the final death scene with the big boss. I was a little bit disappointed with the final fight scene. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, they killed him in such a way that hadn't been done yet, which was impressive because they came up with some things.
Yes.
Like a lot of shotgun, like the mousetrap with the shotgun shell that just popped the guy with the shotgun blast when he opened the door.
Oh no!
They already I'm saying they already ran through a lot of different contraptions.
Oh,
so
no,
I was
I'm
like, well,
sorry.
how are we going to kill this guy?
What are you talking about, Josh?
Oh, okay. No, I meant the final fight with the main bad guy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They had
the-
to be inventive because
the bulletproof
they already ran
glass,
through.
right?
Oh, they
yeah.
ran out of
Yeah,
inventions. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it was like a giant like Captain America shield. Just like was able to like repel absolutely everything, including like, a little miniature bomb that murdered this like Russian mobster.
What must that have been made of, and where did he get it? You guys think?
Yeah, I don't know. Kryptonite? Like reverse
It was a
kryptonite?
manufacturing plant that made a variety of durable murder tools.
Right.
Yeah, they should make all airplanes out of it and all cars and like
There you
whatever, whatever it was.
Hey,
I like
that.
how him and RZA both got the token shoulder shot.
Yeah.
Like the
I know,
same
ow.
shoulder, same spot, and same kind of like,
shoulder.
that's mildly inconvenient.
Yeah.
All right, why even put it in there?
Just so nobody would have to do it by himself. He's like, well, I guess I'll have to do this the hard way or something. You know.
He lost zero mobility in the shoulder. It
Right.
didn't increase the odds at all. It's just like, oh, great. Now he's ruined his shirt.
I guess the only thing I can do now, like you said, is get this kryptonite shield and strap the Claymore mine to it and run at the guy and blow his face off. Okay. Yeah.
What do you say? Everybody dies. Some of us sooner than others, or something like that. He had so many like one-liners, like. So funny.
But and then just.
I'm surprised he didn't burst in there and go, "Nobody's home."
Yeah.
Where was that one?
Right? Why not? There's so many,
So good.
many easy things they could have done with that. Nobody.
They should have put that on like the promotional poster. That would have been freaking gold, man. That's awesome.
I mean, instead they just did the obvious joke. Who are you? Nobody. And they just repeated that once or twice. It's funny. Early on, before movie descended into parody, in the first fight scene of the bus, when that first guy dispatches with that pole from the bus, my dad's like, how did he pull that pole off the bus? Did you think about that?
The thing that's designed to be pulled on and tugged on. It's sole purpose.
He had Spider-Man levels of strength. He just ripped it off the bus and clubbed the guy with it. You know? All right. Well, I think we had a good time in this one. Did you guys have a good time watching Nobody, talking about Nobody?
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
That was a fun movie. I did have to say, when I was watching it, I was trying to think of any misses, I guess is the word. And it felt like there were so many like scenes set to music, like ironic songs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, please
don't
let me be misunderstood.
One after the other, the other. It was a car chase, and then it was like a gunfight, and then another song, and then another song. It was like, how many like musical fights are we gonna have? Like, it felt like there were like too many.
Yes. No,
That was my
film
thought.
definitely
Was I the okay? I was the only one who noticed that. I guess.
Oh no, you're right. No, the film definitely stacked cliches on top of each other, but they did it so fast and so well that I guess for the most part we didn't mind.
Yeah, it wasn't a long. Yeah, it wasn't a long movie. It really it was a lot of action in a short amount of time.
Was it anyone who was on the phone and why and what did it was like? Was somebody else coming for them or like
Yeah,
what? I had to watch it twice. I was like, wait, was there something that I missed there?
Oh, you mean in the end credits when they're in the van driving away?
Yeah, with the realtor, and she says it's for you.
Oh, yeah, and then his face drops, and shit, and the wife just knows to be like, does this have a basement?
Yeah,
that's right.
So
like. But then,
so do you have time to build a panic room? If someone's coming, then we need to get a contractor in here. You're going to rely on a contractor to A, show up, B, finish the thing in time for whatever's coming.
Yeah, and there was
I was confused.
And me too. And there was a really short post-credit sequence with RZA and Grandpa driving in a van to Acapulco or somewhere. Did you guys see that one? If not,
oh really? No. I didn't watch the end of the credits.
My dad was already heading to the bathroom by that time. I was hoping you guys had seen that, but
if I was in a theater, I'd be doing the same thing. I'm walking, watching the last scene. And,
totally.
Got it.
It was like 10 seconds. All I could tell you is they were driving in a van, on a mountain vista, I guess going on vacation or maybe doing one last job, But how many more jobs could Christopher Lloyd do?
A million. He's going to live to be 250.
Well,
I like how he's not independent enough to live on his own.
Right.
He has to live in a nursing community.
Right.
But at the same time, he can run around shotgunning people to death. Yeah. It's unfazed by it.
I got the feeling that he didn't need to live in a nursing home, though. I think he just did. You know what I mean? I think it was part of his cover, kind of.
Cover. I would have liked it. You're right. There's a miss. I would have liked it if Christopher Lloyd had a hot girlfriend in the nursing home. That would have been fun, right?
Yeah, he might. We can make that canon. He had a hot girlfriend in there somewhere.
There you go. Played by age-appropriate Alicia Silverstone, right? I mean, she's. That's a.
I want to be Christopher Lloyd's hot girlfriend.
There you go.
Calling it. Manifesting for 2021.
Great. Okay, well, it's time for the ratings of Nobody. Does anybody have ratings for Nobody?
Who's going first?
I don't know what's the scale here.
Okay.
Is it some kind of a fruit or a star or a
potato?
Kind of
potato.
Okay. A certain number of them. Is there a limit? I don't. I would give it all the potatoes. All the potatoes.
You should.
We do a scale of 1 to 10, and then we change. Okay. We changed the object based on what the movie is. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Nobody 9 out of 10 kitty cat bracelets. Does that make sense? Okay.
Okay. All right. I think I got the.
Aren't we cute? I know, we're so adorable.
Yeah. I am gonna go ahead and give Nobody 8 out of 10. Kittens hid in his hoodie. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
John?
I'm probably going to go closer to 9 small, conveniently sized cans of milk. That, if you have a cat, you found a cat, they got these convenient, you buy them right at the store.
Yeah.
They were tuna.
Man, it's a callback on top of a callback.
Oh, yeah. Callback king. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, awesome. Are there any final thoughts? I think we've exhausted everything about Nobody, right? Maybe?
Yeah. I'm honestly, while I have the 48-hour viewing window, I think I'm actually going to get a second one in there and, split the difference and, get another viewing out of it. It was,
Yeah. Yeah,
I could zone out on that for 90 minutes.
Yeah, I would like to watch it again too. This is one that I would watch again.
There you go, and you can and find out what they said in that last 10-second
Yeah, we gotta watch the post-credit scene. Duh.
Yes.
All right, and that's our credits, and we're off.
Yay! Bye.
John, hold on.
All right.